Guys, I cannot believe it, but we have finally found our scoring boots. I think getting eliminated from the Cup by Fluminense in the fourth round was the best thing that could have happened to us because all of a sudden, we are back, baby. A great individual effort by Vitores. Gabriel Azera in there for a 2-0 lead. And then, I'm learning how to pronounce these names, by the way, because I know it's Zé Carlos putting it past Luis Felipe. They would get one back in this one, but a nice 3-1 victory over Chapecoense to give us our first win by multiple goals in what seems like forever. So it was absolutely fantastic that we followed it up with another one. Finally getting back in on the offensive action. Mateus Conceição, Vitores, great third effort by Fernando Jose to score in this one. We would let Sierra back in the match, however. They picked up an equalizer. Great shot. Not much that Andre could do about that, but we were finally able to retake the lead. Great ball across. A little bit of luck for Zé Carlos picking up a goal in back-to-back matches, but 2-1. We have won 2 on the bounce, and things are just looking up for Ituano. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it 3 in a row, but again, a multi-goal effort, and this one we kind of let get away from us. Zé Carlos and Igor each scoring in the first half. We thought we were absolutely cruising. None of the match momentum went in Juventude's way except for a couple of little spots, and that's where they took advantage. Sanabria and Mateus Aias scoring late on in the last 10-11 minutes and stoppage time of the second half. We basically pissed away 2 points here, but you know what? Unbeaten in 3, I'll take it. Even better is unbeaten in 4, especially because I thought we were going to absolutely get spanked in this game. We went down 2-0 early in the second half, but then goals from Celio Pereira Silva, Vini Oliveira, and Gabriel Azera put us ahead 3-2 until an absolutely tragic turnover by Igor Cisse leading the counterattack. Molinas finding Emerson Urso, who gets past JP, puts it over the shoulder of Andre. Oh, our hearts were broken. Back-to-back opportunities to pick up much-needed 3 points, but we are still okay. Heading into the final 6 matches of the season, we are sitting on 40 points in 10th place. We are 7 points clear of the relegation zone, so a win in our first match against São José could go a very long way to guaranteeing a second consecutive year in Série B. Conceição is injured and JP has been, surprise, surprise, suspended. So just a couple of changes. The rest of the team is absolutely fit. It's Andre in goal with Gabriel Diaz, Canela, Carlau, and Hakuda as our back four. Igor behind Pereira Silva and Vitores. Zé Carlos and Vini Oliveira out on the wings. Gabriel Rosera up front. I am starting to think that maybe, just maybe, we may bench Celio Pereira Silva as the season continues to move on and wind down, because we sold him, as you remember, to Fluminense. He is back with us on loan, but he is not going to be here for next year, so we might want to start working in the guys that are probably going to take his place. I don't know. If you think that's a bad plan, let me know in the comments below. But I think that we are in a great position right now, 4 unbeaten since that cup loss to Fluminense. It did exactly what I said it needed us to do. If you remember back, I was saying I expected us to lose the tie, but as long as we did not lose in horrific fashion, as long as we didn't look bad in those losses, then I thought we were going to be okay, and I turned out to be very, very correct. Back-to-back wins, and then 2 ties, one that we kind of gave away the 2 points, and one where we had the 2 points snatched out of our hands. So if we can beat São José here, and right now we are dominating in possession in the midfield, not getting a lot of opportunities though, so whatever happened in those last 4 matches just ain't happening today. They have all 3 shots on goal in this match. Only one of them on target though, so Andre not really having to work very hard, but the rest of the team not really doing a whole heck of a lot either. I don't know if it's because Conceição is out. Vini Oliveira is a very good player, and we like him. Ball sent forward. Oliveira can't get his hand on it, but we win it back. Igor to Pereira Silva, Vitores to Vini Oliveira, back to Vitores, makes a move around the man. He's taken out. Advantage has been called, so Hakuda has the ball along the near sideline, gets across the line of DG, puts it into the middle. There's a Carlos winning that sitter. I talked about how we were getting opportunities in previous episodes where our strikers were right up front. They had these sitters, but they were getting stoned. That did not happen this time. Zé Carlos able to put it past the keeper. What a great ball across from Hakuda, taking it to the byline. He has not shown a lot of offensive prowess so far in this save. I'm enjoying the fact that he's getting some done here. I realize I'm talking fast again, and I do apologize for that. I have become very cognizant about trying to keep the attention of the YouTube audience late in 2025. Great ball sent forward, but it's headed away, and Vinicius Jr on the counterattack. It will be stopped, however, by the whistle from the official. Thank goodness. We did enjoy much of the momentum in the second half of that first half. The possession was all ours, but all of the shots on goal right now are going São José's way. We just have the one, but damn it, we made it count. The key for us is going to be can we keep things going in the second half? Is São José going to be able to take advantage of some of the opportunities I believe that we are starting to give them? So we already have dropped our defensive line. I forgot that was a permanent move that we made. Hopefully we do not get bit in the butt. This is what happens sometimes when we lead in possession but just aren't doing a lot offensively, is that the opposition is able to find opportunities on the counterattack and on the set pieces apparently as well. Pereira Silva conceding the corner, DG to send it in. He got beat to allow the goal. Igor doing a great job clearing that away, but recycled quickly by Gabriel Lima. DG in for Yanada Varela. Vinicius Jr played forward. Mateus Guilherme gets around JP, cuts it inside and slots it inside that back post. And once again, we are tied. Once again, it is not JP, it's Hakuda. And I realize I made a mistake in my earlier highlights. JP wears, I believe, number 44. Hakuda is 24. Either way, our right backs are starting to get beat again. And that's just not a problem I really know how to solve. Tactically speaking, we are doing the same that we had been doing before. Now, Igor is feeling a little knack. We're going to drop Pereira Silva back and bring in Edson Jose. That one change, I sincerely hope, is going to have a nice positive effect on this match. We still do not have any more shots on goal, so we are going to demand more from this team, hoping to push it forward, but we are just not getting those opportunities. We are not being able to serve our strikers in the middle. Now, if we walk away with a point, I am okay with that. As long as we are still getting something out of every match that we play, then that will make me a very, very happy football manager. However, these matches at home that we are leading, we should take advantage of and not keep coughing them up. 89th minute, actually into the 90th, ball played out to Hakuda on a yellow card, sent forward. Vinny Oliveira heads it ahead, but it's one back, and we're just ping-ponging it through the midfield. Finally back, Victor Ace. Gabriel Rosera finds Edson Jose in the lane. Edson Jose puts it past the keeper to give us a 2-1 lead, which I think we're going to be able to hold on to because there is not a ton of time remaining in this match. Beautiful, beautiful vision by Gabriel Rosera. He gets the defender to bite and attack him, which leaves space in between the right back and the other center half for Edson Jose to sneak in, beating Reynoso, and a beautiful goal to put us up 2-1. And this victory and 3 points, as long as we can hold on to it, because we've got another highlight, is going to go a massive way to keeping us in Série B for the next year. Andre's just going to take his time. We are not officially time wasting here, but we're time wasting. Hakuda has it along the far sideline, again on it for a while ahead. Oh, what a flick on from Vinny Oliveira. What a first touch from Gabriel Rosera, and it is now 3-1 Ituano. Normally, I would just bypass that, but I got to see this again. What a flick on by Vinny Oliveira. Again, the defender committing to try to make the stop. Gabriel Rosera's first touch was absolutely fantastic. Nothing Reynoso could do about it, and we are going to ice this match. 3 shots on goal, 3 shots on target, 3 goals, and a massive 3 points. Still in 10th, but now a full 10 points clear of the relegation zone with only 15 points remaining in play. So all we need to do is not lose out, and we are guaranteed safety for 1 more year. We're still a couple of days away from our match against Aria, but our youth intake has arrived, and holy cow, 7 elite prospects on the menu for this year. The best part is we have 2 players who are already with 2 stars of current ability according to our coaching staff. One of them is Lionel Torquete. Now, he is a natural number 10. We don't play that, but he could so easily slot in on the wings. He's 6 foot, balanced personality. Don't love it, but you get what you get and you don't get upset. His passing isn't great, but he's got a good crossing ability, decent dribbling, technique and flair are off the charts, and he's got some pace to him. Love this kid. He may actually see some playing time this year. And then there's 15-year-old Luis Roberto, who may be perfect for that false 9 we are now playing in our 4-3-3. He likes to place his shots, which I guess works for me as long as they hit the target. That's fine. He also looks for the pass rather than scoring. Now, his 7 vision does give me a little bit of pause. We're going to need to work on that. His passing is okay. He's got a decent amount of pace, decent amount of finishing. That great first touch, though, could be perfect. Well, my light just died, so I'm hoping I have enough natural light in the room to get us through the end of the youth intake and finish off this episode. We are not discounting the rest of the team that we have received, the other 5 players, just because they're not 2 stars of current ability. We've got a defensive midfielder standing at 6 foot named Beto, 16 years old. Lots of flair for the position, lots of technique for the position. He might be able to be a little better served as a central midfielder. He's good off the ball. His vision is great. His passing is, I like this guy. Not as offensively minded as JP, but 16-year-old Gerson is a pretty nice looking right back, if I do say so myself. Great fitness, great pace, great acceleration. His physicals are really all there, except ignore the strength. Don't look at that. The problem is his marking, tackling, crossing just aren't really up to snuff. Vinicius has a bit more work to do as a central midfielder. He's 15 years old, could also play in that DM spot. Not the fleetest of foot, decent with decision-making, a good team player, which we like, and a good amount of technique. I like his aggression, which is a little on the higher side, but not quite really as high as our top elite players. I mentioned we got 3 DMs in this intake. The third is 16-year-old William Da Silva. Not as fast as the other 2, not as tall as the other 2. In fact, more kind of mediocre all around. His first touch, though, is fantastic, and he's got a good tackling ability, so he can really do the job. Let's just see if he can grow into the role. And rounding out our elite prospects, got to admit, I'm a little disappointed. I got all excited about a 15-year-old center back in Marcio Almeida. Unfortunately, he's only 5 foot 10, and he really just doesn't fit into the mold. Hopefully he's going to be worth something someday and we can just sell him off somewhere else. I don't know if he's got a future here at Ituano. A couple of additional top prospects, a 16-year-old goalkeeper named Jonathan, 6 foot. I like that. Decent handling. His tendency to punch is a little bit on the higher side. His reflexes and agility aren't bad. Doesn't really have the aerial reach or command of area that we really need to step up. I think Andre is not going to lose his job anytime soon. And I think we may have buried the lead. Now, the jury's still out on whether he's going to be a good player or not, but 16-year-old Vilmar looks like he could be one heck of a striker. His first touch isn't quite where we want it to be, but beautiful finishing, beautiful heading, although a jumping reach of 11 at 6'2" makes me go, but maybe we can work on that a little bit, but a decent player, I think. A couple of other players who have decent current ability may hit their ceiling sooner rather than later. 16-year-old left back Jean Carlos. He's got the pace and acceleration we are looking for, just not the defensive ability. And a pacey 16-year-old left winger in Milton. Kind of want to just have Milton on the team because his name is Milton. Maybe he can grow into the role. Maybe he can get a lot better than he is now. All he is fast. Couldn't resist. I immediately went in for Lionel Torquete, a 2-year deal with a 3-year option. We're paying him a lot more than we would normally a 16-year-old player, but I kind of want to see what we got this year and not have to wait for next year. I was thinking about putting Celio Pereira Silva on the bench and starting somebody else to kind of see what we got, like I alluded to earlier in the episode. That decision has been taken out of my hands. He's got a hamstring injury, going to be out for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Kind of wanted to start Adriano Hakuda for a second straight match, but he picked up a knock in training right before this one was set to go. So JP is back in off of suspension. I kind of wanted him to sit one more week to kind of really have it sink in and learn what the consequences are of his actions. Edson Jose is going to take the place of Celio Pereira Silva. He was going to do it anyway, but Football Manager decided to take that out of my hands. Mathematically speaking, a win today doesn't guarantee us anything, but with only 12 points remaining after this match, if we are able to maintain at least a 10-point lead on the teams in the relegation zone, then we are going to be sitting pretty. Now, are not going to hit our best ever finish. That was 6th place in Série B. Ituano has never been a Serie A side, even though they have won the Sao Paulo State Championship, I believe, on 2 separate occasions. So that is something that hopefully we can work toward in the future. We're obviously not getting promoted to Serie A this year. We probably won't get promoted next year, but we are on the precipice of guaranteeing ourselves a spot in Série B for a 2nd consecutive season. Ball won back. Great play. Comes to Vitori's ahead. J. Carlos dispossessed by João Pedro. Igor, though, takes it away from his man. Plays it ahead. Gabriel Rosera into space. He's got Zé Carlos. And Zé Carlos cannot put it past Andre Luiz, the goalkeeper, getting his hands on it and knocking it into the stands for a corner kick, which we are not going to be able to see. But early doors, we're looking pretty good in this match, even though Avaí is dominating in possession. And by dominating, I say they have more than 50% possession because we are definitely a possession-based team. Nice switch of play over, settled down by Vitinho, knocking it wide, almost out into touch, gets around his man. Vini Oliveira can't get a foot in on it. Dogibal giving it back. Vitinho into the middle. Everaldo, his shot blocked. It comes to João Pedro. He carries it deep. He is being dogged by Gabriel Abdias. Abdias able to win it away. If I'm mispronouncing his name, well, then I'm just going to pronounce it different ways in each and every episode, and you guys are going to just have to deal with it. It's just the way that I roll here on the Mr. Cellophane program. Anyway, we are more than 20 minutes in. Avaí able to pick up a pair of shots. Neither of them did trouble Andre at all, and they are in control once again in the 27th minute. Vitinho hanging on to things. Will play it into the middle. Dogibal ahead. Guilherme Gomez switches it over to the right side. Inociencio playing it to João Pedro, trying to get around Gabriel Abdias. He kind of does, but Abdias looking to recover. The cross comes in, looking for Quintao. It's on goal. It hits off of Andre's hand, and then the post. JP finally clears it away, but they are back in possession. João Pedro up the right side, in for Guilherme Gomes. What a block in the middle. That is Igor standing tall. He is so very good, and there is a chance that Carlau may be moving on either this coming summer or it's summer because it's South America. After the end of this season or after the end of next. He is our oldest player as the ball sneaks through. Andre can't stop it, but it does go wide and out for an Avaí corner, which they are not going to capitalize on, but they are out shooting us now 6-1 in this match. 30 minutes have been played, and neither team has broken through. Edson Jose, great ball forward. Vini Oliveira can't win the header, but it looks like Anderson Jesus got his hand in the way of that one. The spot has been indicated, and we are going to get a penalty opportunity. VAR is checking to see if they're going to give a yellow card on that one. They have given the penalty, so it was a double decision by VAR, and they have ruled in our favor on both, as Anderson Jesus picks up the yellow card, and a beautiful opportunity for us with just about 15 minutes left to go in this first half to take that 1-0 lead. Now that I've said that out loud, I hope I haven't jinxed Zé Carlos, though. Oh, it is in, and he puts it home to give us the 1-0 advantage. Before I was so rudely interrupted by, positive action happening in the match in front of you, my point being that Igor, while he has been fantastic as our defensive midfielder this year, he is tall enough and he has the ability to be a center back, and we have paired him on a couple of occasions with Canelo or with Carlau, filling in for injuries, suspensions, and the like, and he has done a pretty good job, and if he continues to play this way, he very well could be on our back line, and we could have a nice young core at center half for a very, very long time. 45 minutes remaining in this match, though. We do have the 1-0 lead, although Avaí has been knocking at the door. 9 opportunities on goal. 5 of them have hit the target. They've got an XG over 1, which in Football Manager 26 is pretty impressive, and they have enjoyed nearly 60% of the possession so far in this match. We, however, are the ones leading the game, so to you. I'm getting childish in my old age. 20 minutes left to go. Vini Oliveira not having the greatest game. Edson Jose kind of not really doing a whole heck of a lot, although it was Vini Oliveira who indirectly led to us getting that penalty as the yellow card was called on the handball, and I now cannot seem to pause the match as I want to go and make a couple of tactical switches. Vinny Oliveira is going to come out. We're going to give Caio Enrique a chance out there. Edson Jose is going to remain in the match. We'll bring out Vitoris and bring in Rodrigo Haruki for the time being. Not sure if that was the best move we could have made, but I really want to get minutes in the legs of Edson Jose, and I don't want to feel like I'm just giving up on him that quickly. And look at him go. He wins the ball. He dribbles it around, drops it to Rodrigo Haruki. Can we get Edson Jose on the end of this one? Say Carlos over the top, finding Gabriel Rosera, and there they are. They're hooking up once again. Zé Carlos and Gabriel Rosera in the early years were like an indestructible tandem. When the two of them were playing side by side as our strikers, they hooked up a lot, and it was a lot of times it was Carlos to Rosera. It is again here. We have taken the 2-0 lead. So once again, we still can't pause. So we are going to make some changes while the match goes around. Zé Carlos is going to come out. Manuel Rodriguez is going to come into the match. How is everybody else's fitness? Diaz isn't looking great, so Leo Isidoro will come in and take his place. Leo Isidoro came back into our favor a little bit, mainly because Juan Richard was just crapping the bed whenever he was on the pitch, and they started throwing a hissy fit about not playing enough, even though he wasn't playing well enough to earn that playing time. So Leo Isidoro has very clearly moved into the number 2 on our depth chart at left back. I believe Juan Richard is going to be out of contract at the end of the year, so I think he is not going to play another minute for Ituano this year, but I may have to eat those words. 2-0 your final score. We ended up putting 7 up on Avaí in the 2 matches we played against them, and a massive 3 points that we desperately needed, because as you look at the live table, we are now in 9th with just 4 matches left to play. 46 points. We are ahead by 13 points. So guess what, my friends? We've guaranteed safety in Série B. And we did it after going unbeaten in 6. We're going to wrap up the season with our final match against Casillas de Sol, see how high up we end, and then start to set things up for our second year in Série B. Hope you are there for that. I'll catch you then. Until then, my friends, bye-bye.